All right. Oh, geez, my microphone is loud. There we go. Wait, a little bit more. I don't know. I didn't change anything since Saturday when I was playing God of War. That's all I'm saying. I have no idea what's going on. But either way, hi everybody. Welcome to the stream today. As always, very excited to be here because it is awesome and super fun. Now I am back here today with, if it will cooperate. There we go. Perfect. So I am back today with Timberborn. Let me turn my mic down a little more now because I see my mic is just kind of going all over the place. There we go. That should do it. Let's see. Desktop audio looks a little bit high, so we'll turn that down. Okay. But yeah, so Timberborn, for anybody who doesn't remember, I played it last week as well. This is essentially an RTS, a real-time strategy game, where there's not actually bad guys, so to speak. It's just you playing as a bunch of beavers and trying to build up a society. And it's way super adorable and really awesome. And so last time what I did was I showed my main playthrough that I have with all of my cool little stuff going on and all that kind of thing. And what I'll do today is I'll actually start a new game. And I'm going to use the Iron Teeth because I've actually not really played them very much. But the thing is that they use a lot more science. And I am all about that. Because you got to make sure that your beavers are doing proper science. Because if they're not, then it's just like, what are you even doing? Why do you bother? And so here, I'll go ahead and play on easy, just because that way it's easier. Lakes? Fine, I'll restart on lakes. Dang it, Rev. Ruining everything. But this is seriously a really adorable game. It's super awesome. It's still in early access, and honestly, I hope that they do more stuff with it than what they have right now in terms of actual content. Right now, you saw there are only 2 factions available. I hope that they get more factions as well as more significant differences between the factions, because as it stands right now, there's not an enormous difference between them. We'll call it Bob, because we need to head back to the main menu. I've actually not tried any of the other maps. I've only done the plains, personally. So here, let's do this again. We'll do the Iron Teeth with lakes. So it's an interesting game where the idea is that you generally just have a single main source of water that can go out and potentially spread to other locations or something along those lines. And you'll have periodic droughts, so you have to be ready for those. You have to have enough water resources built up to make sure that your beavers can survive, as well as making sure you have enough food and all of that kind of thing. But we will have some very specific initial priorities. So what should we call this? Let's call it Beaverville. This is now Beaverville. The settlement name already exists. Aw, man. Yeah, the way that they reproduce is odd. Let's see. So I think I already used Beaver Town as well. Dang it! Let's see. The Duchy of Beaver. I don't think that's how you spell Duchy, but I don't care. Alright, so here's what we're starting off with. Now let me just take a look at the map real quick. Alright. Dang, that's a lot. Jeez. There's a lot of water going on here. So incidentally, these things, the ruins, are an important part in the later game because they become really critical for when you want to get more stuff kind of moving out and build more advanced structures and stuff like that. This is interesting. There's an awful lot going on here. This is intense. So as far as stuff that we need to prioritize, there's a couple of critical things. We need food, we need wood, we need water, and we need science. Those are the 4 main things that we need. So between all of that, we'll be able to get our major stuff done. And we'll just go ahead and start here with a little flag. So we'll have 2 gather flags. We will have 2 lumberjack flags. And then we will build our paths. Back to our district center. Okay. Like I said, the other critical thing that we need at the moment is going to be water. Deep water pump. Oh, so this goes down 2 levels. Nice. The stream is buffering a bunch. I'm not getting anything that's saying that. But it's Methuen. Hi, Methuen. We did have chicken a la Rev. It was delicious. Goes down 6 levels? Good lord. Oh yeah, maximum depth is 6. Yeah, talk about your deep water. Alright, so one of the biggest things that I'm going to need to do relatively soon is going to be... So the way they reproduce with a breeding pod. Interesting. Practical shared housing. A barrack. Sounds good. We're going military. Alright, so I'll just do one of those. And then for science, we need at least 2. So one of the key things that I need to do as fast as possible is I need to unlock the forester. So the forester is a building that allows you to replant trees and berry bushes. And by doing so, it enables you to essentially do all sorts of different stuff. Oh, right, I forgot to tell them what trees they can cut down. The critical thing is making sure that we can replant trees to cut so that we'll have enough resources to get us through. That's going to be quite the key for all of this stuff here. So we'll go ahead and make another couple of these for now. And so essentially what we need is this forester here. So you can see we need science and we also need planks. The thing is that to make planks, we need one of these. We need a lumber mill, which has to be powered, which means that we'll need a most likely a water wheel. We also have the power wheel, which can be done by one of the beavers. So yeah, fun times. Oh, you can skip housing? I mean, it is a very expensive house, so I'm glad that I can skip it for a bit. I'm going to make him work 18 hours a day. Got to make sure that stuff gets done. We got business to take care of. So as it stands, I only have one unemployed beaver. And that is not great. They'll start doing my science stuff, which is fine. Well, actually, they'll start working on the water pump, which is okay. It's not ideal, but still. Oh, a new word in Espanol. Okay, hang on. Let's find a good word. Let's see here. None of these words make sense. Let's see here. So a plot, as in a conspiracy or secret plan, is conspiración, which makes too much sense. If it's a storyline, then it is an argumento. If it's a small piece of land, it is a terreno. So there you go. Good times. Oh, different meanings for the word plot. Alright, so I've got my inventor unlocked here. What I'm going to do is I am going to temporarily shut off this water pump here. So, yeah, do that. Because I need somebody working as inventoring to get science going. It is Dia de los Muertos, so happy Dia de los Muertos, everybody. It is a very exciting day. We watched part of Coco. It's a good movie. Gusta Coco. Alright, so what we can do some... That's interesting, an industrial log pile. So we'll do a small warehouse here. And then we need to get ready on our planks. So okay, the water is flowing that way, so that means that if we want our water wheel, this, and then we need our lumber mill there, and then we need a path to it. Now again, all of this stuff that I'm doing right now is solely for the purpose of unlocking the forester, because that's a very important first step to make sure to make sure that things are going well. And build pods. Pods sound like a good thing to do as well. Seems like a very odd way for beavers to breed, but whatever. We'll roll with it. Or I guess reproduce, not breed. So see, we're making science. We don't have a lot of science as yet, but we're going. We're getting there. They don't have a place to live, but that's okay. They're still fine. Berries plus water equals beaver. It's just science. I mean, this is true. That is plain, pure science. Yeah, the water mills are unfortunate in that they are very expensive when it comes to the logging price of them. But like most RTSs, this is the big thing that you have to do. You got to find and collect your resources. You need to make sure that You've got your people or your beavers, in this case, happy. All of that kind of thing. The difference is that in this particular case, where you have your villagers, your beavers, is that they are assigned specific jobs. So, for example, in something like Age of Empires, you can take all of your villagers and have them start to build up some big thing that you need them to work on collectively or whatever it is. In this particular game, you don't have that. Every beaver has a very specific job that they stick to, and that's all that they do. They don't do anything else. So your building beavers are the ones that are in the district centers, and these have a specific range that they can go out to. It's not a limitless thing that they're able to do, and so that's why you end up having to build more district centers and all that sort of thing later on in the game. Yeah, I see we got my little warehouse now. Got a good amount of logs. Just waiting for building to finish up here. Oh yeah, we'll need water barrels. That's very true. So I've got unemployed beavers, so I can actually start up the water pump. I'll go ahead and add another worker as well. Just because this way I can get my stuff done faster. One of the issues is that by default they'll just build everything in order that it's placed down. So I placed down the water wheel first, and then the lumber mill and all that kind of thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reprioritize some of this stuff. So by reprioritizing these things, essentially all it does is it means that they're going to be building those things, or they'll be more focused on getting those things done, as opposed to doing them simply in the order that I mentioned, or that I placed them down. Essentially, we need our water barrels so that we can store water for whenever the drought comes. And then we need, hopefully these breeding pods will finish up soon. Once the breeding pods are done, then we'll have little baby beavers coming out, which is going to be very helpful. And so we're waiting for nutrients. So do the breeding pods need an employee? Or is it just the workers that do it? I'm guessing it's just the workers that deal with the handing over the nutrients for the breeding. Like I said, I've actually never played as this faction, so I have no idea how it actually works. Oh, there we go. They have added the nutrients! Science is happening! And look! We've got breeding progress! Ha-ha! New babies shall be spawned, basically. Because that's what happens, apparently. Because that's how nature works. In case you all weren't aware. There we go, got my water wheel going. Building is full already. Why are we zooming in? Oh, look at them little babies. It reminds me of The Sixth Day. That movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Incidentally, not the worst movie ever. It's a weird movie. It's not the worst. I will also be a little bit concerned about food pretty soon. But like I said, I do want to build a forester first. That's going to be my priority, so that I can get the trees growing back up. Although it seems like I should be okay. Oh, right. They actually have to go over there and do it. So see, this is interesting, is you can destroy these and it'll make the water flow down into wherever it was blocking. So it'll basically fill up this entire area with water, which can be very, very useful. And it's nice because it means that I don't have to do a whole bunch of like water diverting, which is something that you tend to have to do. Oh no, one of them died. No, my baby died of my beaver died of old age. This was sad. So I'll pause this so that you can have a worker here. Wait a minute. Here. There we go.
Let's go.
I just need one of them working at the lumber mill so that I can start doing that. Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all that unblocking all the water makes the flow go slower. So the flow is obviously important for the water wheels. If you use those for power, then you want to make sure that you keep the speed up. So incidentally, spring pod, it's only 10, so that's not too bad. Do I have enough science for the forester? I do. This isn't exactly the best place to put it, but that's okay. I don't mind. The important thing is to have one. And get started on one of those as well. So those are just about finished herbiting. But yeah, so you can see I started with 11 and now I'm down to 9. So this is not great. I do need to start a farm. I was planning on starting one up over here. Basically clear out this area and get a farm going. Because I'm going to need food soon. So do the farmhouse up here. So as far as the farming is concerned, you can do carrots, potatoes, and wheat are the main things that you can grow. And I think we will be okay in that respect. All right, so see the children were born, so I'm back to 11. and I've got some more burbling up. Right? So essentially I have to wait for the children beavers to grow up and be adult beavers. And so you notice that these two at the lumberjack stands basically have nothing to do. And the reason for that is because there's nothing to do. There's no trees. So yes, I agree. All right, so now we have somebody in the forester. So what we can do is we'll plant some trees. So I'm going to plant some birch. Just to get us started here. And then we'll go with pine for the majority of the rest, and do a few maple over here. So particularly once I start having more and more of the children growing up and becoming viable adults and all that good stuff, then I'll be in a much better position to really get things going. But you notice I've only got 4 logs, and so while I'm waiting, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put a lumberjack flag down here, because this is a viable place to come and cut stuff as well. Which is lucky that I've got another location I can go to, or another area that I can hit. While this dude is essentially reforesting the entire area. Or dudette, I don't know. So the problem now is that I had 2 workers who are waiting to build stuff, but the problem is that, you know, you can't build anything if you have no materials. So I actually need to prioritize the farmhouse here. It's more important right now than the house. It'll all happen. Don't worry. But this is the thing. It's just like any other game of the style, where, you know, you're always going to have priorities for what needs to be built, when it needs to be built, all of that kind of thing. And this is just another example therein. Let's go. I remember doing Age of Empires and all that good stuff, and making sure I had my sources of food and gold and all that sort of thing. And in that, you also had farming, or at least eventually you did. Typically, you would have to collect berries initially, kill goats and all that sort of thing so that you can have food. In this case, not necessarily. I need my worker to go and do this thing, like right now. So that means that we need to do this, I think. There we go. And so now we'll drop one of these guys. And so now I should have 2 lumberjacks. No. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I got 2 lumberjacks. This will be more usable. So these trees are just going to kind of sit here and grow and do their thing. And it's great because now I'm going to have a permanent forest that I'll be able to leverage all the time. My little breeding pods will do their breeding pod thing. Get more chillins, all that good stuff. Incidentally, I hope everybody is doing well and had a fun weekend. I know it was Halloween weekend and all that. So incidentally, myself and my family, we ended up watching Nightmare Before Christmas. Classic, awesome Halloween / Christmas movie. Great time. I enjoyed it. I always like it. My storage is full. You need food? We've got plenty of food. If you're hungry, go eat something, dude. Yeah, there you go. How hard is that? Stupid beavers. The nice thing is that the berries are growing back for the time being, so I don't have to worry much about that. This will be done shortly. I need these children to grow up faster. I've got 4 children. They're not growing up fast enough. Add a couple more water tanks. Ah, perfect. Okay, so unfortunately, we just kind of got to get rid of all these because we need to start building a farm. Oops. Look at my little dude planted all them trees. Working hard. Go, little dude. But you can see these guys are very close to finishing chopping all these down. Alright, so we have a barrack now. So at least most of them are housed. I feel like I need more breeding pods. But essentially, this is the entire game. This is really all it is. It's really chill. And it's super adorable and really easy to play. It's a really nice little game. I really like it. Have a lot of fun with it. Alright, so these 2 are done, which means that we can turn these 2 back on. So theoretically, now at least, the goal is that we will have the ability to essentially have a completely self-sustaining forest here, where we're constantly planting, replanting, growing and regrowing and all that kind of stuff with the trees. So that way we won't have to worry very much about having enough logs in order to get stuff to happen. So we'll see. Yes, the dam would be helpful. Actually, going straight across here would be just about right. The problem in that regard is the level. Oh, no, that'll be perfect. Something just fell. Oh, one of my little foam things fell off the ceiling. That is true. We can go over there as well. I forgot that you have to unlock stairs. Seems like such a weird thing. So here's what we will do. So this might be a little bit tricky. Because I have to make sure that these things are done first. It's absolutely critical. So let me pause the lumber mill because I don't need a huge number of planks. So this should help. I'll go ahead and plant some more carrots. There we go. So now we can pause that. Did you go to the farm? We did. Okay. So here, I'll pause this other one. And I will mark these trees for cutting down. All right. And then I think it's landscape. So the problem here is that the dam is pretty expensive, unfortunately. The good news is that paths are free. Yeah. The good news is that now I've got lumberjacks, or a lumberjack over here. We can actually get another flag up. We should be good. Oh, right, downstream, yeah. Durr. So I'll probably build the dam like right here-ish. Right, harvesting the carrots, very nice. Got plenty of trees growing. The music in this game is really good. It's something of a surprise, honestly, because considering what the game is, where it's like, oh, it's a game about beavers and how they live their life. And it's like, wait, really? But that's how it works. That's what it is. Mm. So here, let's do some levees. Or a floodgate. Sorry, not a levee. Just across there. You think just dams there? I mean, they have the spillway. But the nice thing is that with these, they're cheaper. I've got plenty of planks. And this way I can adjust it so that I can make sure that I can get stuff downstream as well. Although I could just keep building upstream instead. I could expand upstream instead of expanding downstream. That would certainly do it. But this is an interesting style of map. This is very different from the plains that I was doing. So I find it intriguing because this is this has a lot more branches on the river already kind of built in, so to speak. It's a very interesting shtick that we got going on here. All right, so we got more of them growing up.
Let's go.
So we can go ahead and we've got 3. So I don't want to use more logs right now. Just need to make sure that gets built. And then we'll have a employed beaver. There we go. All right. So one of the issues that you end up running into with this game is that you don't know when the droughts will come or how long they'll be. Now, I did set it to easy, so not only is there a longer time period between the droughts, but there's also the droughts themselves are also much more, I guess, forgiving, you could say. So it's not really something to worry about too much. I do know that relatively soon I'm probably going to see a drought. Like I've gone quite a while without a drought now. I find it difficult to believe that it'll stay that way. We do have the good news of The new barrack is almost done. Yeah, exactly. They do the 3-day warning thing. So I do want that barrack to get finished. Almost done with it, so. The music really is so cheery and happy and awesome. I love it. It's just so adorable. All right. Okay, good. So they're building these up. Perfect. That will be very helpful in my times of need. Let me go ahead and build some more storage. I'll just stick to another small warehouse for the time being. And then I will need another barrack, though. Actually, let me do a log pile here. There's a log pile, makes sense. Just right there-ish. I can almost get the large barrack. So, I'll go ahead and just do the normal barrack for the time being. But essentially, this is the entirety of it. You just keep going from here. Eventually, you unlock different things that'll let your beavers be happier and all this kind of stuff. It's just, yeah. I mean, you get random decorations to help them be happier, and you expand out your what's it called, your, I guess, not footprint, but your districts and everything, by just adding more districts. It's nice. Incidentally, I need to figure out a good place for a new district. What I want is, I would like to put a new district close to the ruins, close to scrap. So maybe like just across the river here. That would be pretty much perfect. Because then I can just go across the river and grab that scrap. There's a good amount of it there. Let me see if there's any other that's closer. There's some. It's not really closer, and I'd have to do some unblocking of the river to make it work. The problem is that right here the river is barely moving, so that's not ideal. Curious to see if that actually gets demolished. I kind of doubt it will. Oh no, it will. It's just I put my workers on other stuff. But there we go. We have the dam built, so we're ready for the drought to come. We've got plenty of food stored. We've got plenty of water as well. Well, there we go. 3 days. Yeah, we're in a good place now. Got 3 water pumps going. Got the forester looking good. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll put my other district or my second district like right here-ish. I think that'll be a good spot for it. And once the beavers demolish that thing, then it'll be helpful. Here, I can actually put that at the very bottom of the list because since the drought's coming, it's going to create problems if they get that started up immediately. So we'll do this instead. But now I have central storage for logs built because I got my industrial log pile, which I can build other things on top of. I've got a good amount of housing, so nobody is homeless, which is nice. And if I want, I can build like project houses and just have every, just keep stacking up the stuff over and over. It's kind of an interesting thing because for me personally, at least, I don't have, what's it called? I don't have a huge amount of desire to ever grow up, to expand upwards. And this is the only RTS that I've seen where you're actually able to do that, where you can build higher. I've only seen ones where you can only ever build on one level. I've never seen things where you can build multiple levels. It's really cool. And so just from that, it's a very intriguing game, to say the least. Get both of those going. So now we have this nice little symbiosis of the forester planting all the trees, and then the harvester is getting the trees, and it just works so nicely. Unfortunately, my forester is too far out for that one. But we can do these, and then we can do these. And unfortunately, it's just about time for me to go already. It's so weird because time flies ridiculously fast whenever I play this game. It just immediately goes by. So you can see the drought started, but it's only going to last a day. And on top of that, it's not too terrible because I got the dam built. So what you're going to see is basically the water down here is going to vanish. The water up where I am is going to stick around for at least a little while. So it'll be good. That's the one thing that I have done is building the housing complexes. Hey, I did a new well-being high score. Go me. So yeah, see, the drought was so short that it didn't even matter. Essentially. Oh, so there, see, all of the stuff up above went down. And now this is gradually starting to give way. So the water stopped moving, and you can see that we lost all the water that was keeping these fertile, essentially. Which is okay. That's fine. Because now it's coming back. But it's good because I'm actually in kind of like a little valley here. And so I'm still able to pump the water, even though the water's not moving, so my water wheel doesn't work. That's fine. Because not only does it keep these things fertile and growing, but it also does for all the other stuff too. And look, there it comes. Whee! I just love watching the water come in. It's such a, I don't know, it's just a very neat little animation. And there they go through the spillway. And here we go, filling up this. And just watching as the greenery goes out. It's just so cool. Yeah, so I can do potatoes down here. That's what I was thinking. Oh, that's buildings. I need resources. Get rid of these guys. Okay, so yeah, this stuff is all out of the control of the district. So that's why my guys aren't destroying those. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Here. So one of the things, that drought was really short as far as droughts go, which is good, don't get me wrong, I'm happy about it. But at the same time, it also means that it also means that I may end up running into issues later, because as you get longer and longer droughts, you're going to end up running into more problems faster. But we should be okay here. Since this area stayed green like all throughout, then we'll be able to deal with this. So see, these guys have the same problem, is that they're kind of out of range of this. Let me see if that does it. There we go. So now they'll be able to remove all of those, and then I can plant potatoes in this like entire area down here. Potatoes are awesome, because once potatoes grow, then you grill them, and it makes them happier. So let me just wait for my little farmhouse to finish here, and then I'm going to sign off. I told you, this game is just, it's so easy to get caught up in it. It's ridiculous. It has no right to do this. I'm just saying. Let's get potatoes going. No, I don't want to keep playing. It's time to go. Let's go. Here, I'll do squats while my beavers plant potatoes. Do a few more, just for good measure. All right, but I will go ahead and stop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of keep playing this for Mondays for the time being, at least, until I can come up with something different, or you guys get bored, basically. So next time, I'll finish up my potato farm. I'll get that going with the grilling and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably build another forester over here so that we can get that moving, and I'll expand the district as well. And I'll build up my housing, also my housing projects here, because we're going to need more. But yeah. Yeah, so Animal Crossing is coming out with a new thing, DLC, and I don't know. I'm not really excited about it personally. It's really big about, make vacation homes for specific characters, like give the characters what they would want and make the vacation home look really nice for them and all that kind of thing. And I'm just like, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. That's not what I enjoyed about Animal Crossing personally. And so I don't think I'm going to pick it up. I don't think it's worth it for me. It's simply not the stuff that I myself personally enjoyed when I played Animal Crossing. Now, if they added more stuff like to the museum and things like that, if they expanded the museum, that would be awesome. I would feel much better about doing that. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan. Like I was never a big fan of the decorating aspect in any of the Animal Crossing games, and that's the majority of what this new expansion is. But that said, you guys all take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be well. On Saturday, I will be back again with God of War. So I mentioned before last Saturday that hopefully this week I'm going to be able to find some time to grind a little bit in Niflheim so that I can get the, Mist Echoes or whatever they're called, and try and build up some of my armor so that I can get some of that better stuff. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be okay. But that said, hopefully all will be well and good. Getting coffee at the museum? Coffee doesn't count. I don't care about coffee. I don't drink coffee. But either way, hopefully we'll see you all on Saturday, and I will hopefully have some new stuff from my grinding in God of War. But that said, take care, be well, and I will see you later.